Good Friday morning, people. Welcome to Trade Travel Truth. I believe it's Good Friday or before Easter. I'm here in Massachusetts. It's a little rainy and dreary. It's 42 degrees out. And this is the 6th video, I believe. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to talk about margin today. Yes, this big old scary margin. I use it. And it is, you definitely have to know what you're doing before you start messing around with margin. I want to talk a little bit about it, then jump into, my nose is always itchy when I start these videos. We're going to jump into Robinhood and show you how much margin I use and everything like that. So what is margin? Margin is essentially a loan, right? It's a loan that your brokerage gives you. You got to get approved for it. I think you need at least $2,000 in your account in Robinhood before they lend you margin. And there's no credit check, nothing. It just goes against your account. And that is one of the ways these wealthy, real rich people live without paying taxes. They'll have a huge portfolio, take a loan against it, and then live off the margin. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend starting margin just to take money out. No. That's I hardly ever take money out that much. But most people hear the word margin and think danger, blowing up accounts, or gambling. But I use margin every week. The difference is most people don't understand how it actually works. Margin equals borrowed money from your broker. Your stocks are collateral. Think of it like a home equity loan. So every $1,000 you have invested, look, so if you put $1,000 cash, they'll give you $2,000 margin. But so there, and it fluctuates. You want to have a good buffer of your own money. So I try to have at least 50 to 60% of my own money, 60% normally. Right now it's down to 30 because we've had a down draw this week because of the Iran war and everything. But that's exactly why you have so much buffer in the beginning, 60% in the beginning before the Iran war, and then all the stocks tanked, so I had enough buffer to not worry. I use it to buy more stock, and so I can have a pretty good margin account because I'm using it to buy more stock, so it as collateral, so they can just take that out. Now, if you were to use the margin like saying buying options where you don't really own the shares, then you're not going to be able to use as much of it because Robinhood doesn't want you blowing up your account. And what what a margin call is. A margin call is if your stocks start to tank. Robinhood will be nice about it real quick. They'll say, hey, listen, you need to deposit some money. And then if not, they'll start selling your shares. Now, they don't sell all of them. They sell enough to cover the losses. So that is the key thing that you don't want to worry about. The reason why I use margin is because I need to grow my account faster than most people because I lost everything at 50. So what's some other things here that I wrote down? Why people get destroyed. People use margin, buy more stocks aggressively, chase trades, over leverage. That's how accounts get wiped out. So obviously learn all about margin before you use it. I wouldn't recommend you using it until you really know what's going on. I didn't start using it for like the first year and a half, 2 years probably. So I do cover calls with margin. I own the shares. Tesla margin lets you buy more shares, sell more calls. Without margin, 500 shares is 5 contracts. With margin, you can do 700 shares, 7 contracts. The key is staying more profitable than the interest on the margin. I'm going to go into the Robinhood and show you the interest levels. The more you borrow, the lower the interest rate is, just like anything else. So I think I went over all the rules. If you have any questions, please ask me. Please subscribe. Please like this video and share it. And let's jump into Robinhood and go over my margin, how it's set up. All right. All right, guys, let's roll into Robinhood here. Face ID. Now try it again. All right, so here we go. Oh, yes. Remember that video yesterday? I don't know if you recall that one I rolled earlier. It's now in profit again. 3 grand. Market's closed on Good Friday, obviously. So I'm up 22%. And then you can simulate your returns right here. Hit that button. And this will just show you if the price stayed exactly the same over time. Oh, why isn't this working? This stupid thing. Oh, well, I don't know. Let's go back. All right, let's try this again. Simulate my returns. Well, anyway, there's supposed to be a line that goes up over here that... stupid thing's not working. All right, well, screw that. We're talking about margin anyway. So let's go back to buying power. So this is kind of where buying power is how much money you have kind of in the account on the sidelines, ready to spring in action if you wanted to buy more stock. I am not buying more stock for a while here because my margin buffer is 30.73. That is way too low for me. I want it to be 60. It was 60 before the Iran war. But that's why I had it at 60 for a downturn. So this is why I feel comfortable. So 48,000, I can buy another 100 shares of Tesla or use that money to invest. You want this buying power, I recommend keeping a big buffer in the buying power. A, if you wanted to take some money out, you could do it. B, I like to, before I buy another 100 shares, this is probably the buying power, I want to make it 80 grand to 100 grand. So then I'll spend 40,000 on 100 more shares. So let's just say you can't take out money. You can take about a little less than half the money out of here if you wanted to use some money, transfer it into your bank account. Let's just see how much exactly you can do. And the way I figure this out is go down to this person and then go transfer. And I don't know why. Oh, probably because I'm recording, I can't do this. It's so stupid. You can when you're not recording. But anyway, I did it before. How do I get out of this now? So I have actually 23,000 you could take out if you wanted to. But it won't let me do it while I'm recording for safety reasons. That's pretty interesting. That's awesome. Never done that before. So you go here. Futures, if you want to do future contracts, futures is kind of like because futures risky, so you can only use 24 grand out of the 48 for futures. I don't really do futures. I've done it like once or twice. And then my total margin, if I wanted to, was 522 grand. I use 473, and I need to bring that number down. I want more money in my buying power. So let's just see the different levels of margin for interest rates. Let's go here, and then go down here. All right, so here are the different interest rates and margin for Robinhood. This is awesome. I think Robinhood is really great rates, and they change them down all the time if they can. So your first, if you're a gold member too in Robinhood, I think you got to pay like $10 a month or $5 a month, something like that. You become a gold member. And then I would recommend doing that if you're going to do this, like I'm doing it. Your first $1,000 is interest free with gold, so that's cool. And then different levels. So you get 5% up to 50, 4.8 up to 100, then me, 4.5, and then you can go all the way up to 50 million, which is pretty crazy. So that 4.5%, they will take it out of your buying power once a month. I think mine's around $1,800 or something like that. And you better have that in your buying account, or you're going to get, they're going to bark at you, put more money in. It's happened to me once early on when I invested every single dime in margin, which I don't recommend. Now, as long as you're making returns bigger than 4.5%, you are making money. So I just use other people's money. It's what the wealthy people do, but you have to use it smart. You can't go and take margin and take the money out and blow it on watches and all that other crap. You want to be smart about it. Don't be stupid. It's like credit. Like a good sign is if you're in a bunch of credit card debt right now, you shouldn't probably mess with margin because you're obviously not good at paying down your debt. So let's go back here. And what was I going to show you? That's pretty much it. So I was going to show you, my realized profit over year to date is 11.26%. So I'm making, over that whatever that math is, like 6% more, 7% more than the interest rate. So that's, you're using their money to make more money, and that's pretty cool. Anyway, that is it on here. Margin's pretty simple. Just don't get crazy in using it, and keep a big buffer. 50 to 60% is what people recommend. I like 60. I'm 30 right now. Obviously, you saw that earlier. So yeah, please like, subscribe, ask me questions, and that is it, people. Have a great